Okay, so for your squat, there's a couple things that can take quite a bit of pressure off the back. So you're probably used to having the bar up here on like your traps, and you can, if you have the flexibility, you can roll it down below, like right here is on the bone on my shoulder. You can roll it below that bone, okay? So that it's sitting like back here, and that way when you go down, it's not as like on top of you. When it's up here, a lot of times you go down and then it kind of folds you like that. So you can roll it down there if you're flexible enough. It'll kind of be like on this part of your back, like if you reach back, it's like up and to the right of the shoulder blade instead of up on the traps. So that's one thing. That's not a huge thing. The main thing is probably, so what I think you're probably doing is, if you look at my feet, they're about shoulder width, and you're probably coming down, and then right about here, it's difficult to go much lower when you're shoulder width without rolling like that, okay? If you're trying to stay super upright, you see how far forward my knees are? So what you can do to fix that is put your feet at shoulder width, and then take like a 6-inch step. So see how my feet are almost like 1.5 shoulder width, and they're pointed out, not straight forward. So if you go straight forward, your knees are unstable. If you're pointed out, the knees won't wobble. And so what that allows you to do, you also don't need to stay straight up. So if you're here, if you're pointed straight forward, you're gonna wanna stay, like, you'll feel like you need to stay straight up, and then you'll be limited to about this depth, which isn't enough. So if you take that wider stance, roll that bar back, okay? Wide stance, toes out. And then from here, it allows you to sink without, like, the angle of my back is not straight up, it's forward like this, but it doesn't change. So if you see, like, I'm leaning forward a bit, which is fine. Like this is fine for your squat. You don't need to be upright. Like my back is still flat. I don't know if you can see it, but my back is still completely flat here, so it's safe. It's when you start rounding like that it becomes a problem. And taking that, I mean, mainly just try that like wider and toes out, and roll the bar back, and then don't try to stay upright like this. Like, see how, I mean, I can't go any lower than this if I'm upright. But if I go wider, kind of like reach back with your butt like that, like you're trying to hit a door with your butt. You reach back with your butt. You can do that first, and then sink, then up and through. Reach back, sink, and the angle of your back, if your back is staying safe, the angle of your back won't change, and you'll see how my weight stays like mid-foot and my knees don't move, okay? And if you can, take a video. That should definitely help, and let me know how that goes.